What we really need now on the back of this cancer plan is comprehensive, actionable strategy with specific, measurable goals and targets, each with clear deadlines to ensure accountability in critical areas like workforce recruitment and retention, infrastructure development, and incentives for pharmaceutical companies to develop drugs in these cancers where so little progress has been made. And I really do look to the Minister to, you just published the plan, I get that, but to be taking this further and really, within a clear timeline, setting out as concrete a set of goals as possible. I'll go further on a few headings here. So, participation in research. The current regulatory landscape is too restrictive, often pushing families to seek treatment abroad where clinicians have greater freedom to investigate novel therapies. A lack of accessible, up-to-date information is contributing to missed opportunities to partake in research. Although some registries exist, such as the NIHR-B part of research, they are often difficult to navigate, with over 120 different types of brain tumour to search for, and they quickly become outdated. So the cancer plan states, we will make increasing research into rare cancers a priority for DHSC and NIHR with the support and oversight of our new National Lead for Rare Cancers Research. And I welcome the Minister's further details on how he and his team plans to affect. So since Brexit, clinical trials in the UK are down 60%. Yeah? I mean, that is really bad news. And that's just business logic talking. It's like, why am I going to do my trial in the UK when the market is 6 times smaller than the EU? I'll do it in the EU. And we are living this, and some of us are dying as a result of this. Currently, brain cancer patients, however, lack the legal right to request whole genomic sequencing of their tumours. Instead, healthcare decisions regarding genomic testing are made solely by clinicians. As a result, many patients are systematically excluded from genomic testing, which significantly limits opportunities for tailored treatment options and potentially affects their prognosis. And the government really needs to rectify this injustice, so whole genomic sequencing for everybody who has brain cancer. That's what we're after. Vaccine program. So programs do exist, and it's now time, and I don't do this often, I'm going to be like the Conservative government. The Conservative government launched an ambitious initiative aimed at improving outcomes for all cancer patients through the NHS Cancer Vaccine Launch Platform. The CVLP is a great achievement. And as the Minister has said, it will speed up access to clinical trials from cancer vaccines and immunotherapies. However, brain cancer is not currently included in that platform, despite ongoing efforts to expand its scope to cover this disease. Furthermore, it remains unclear whether the pharmaceutical industry is fully aware of the platform. So why are brain cancer patients still left out of this programme? Question. Workforce and infrastructure. Key to achieving the government's cancer plan is encouraging multidisciplinary teamwork among oncologists, neurosurgeons, AI professionals, imaging experts, and immunologists. The government needs to clarify how many, and I'm looking for numbers, new research fellowship and training positions will be introduced across neuro-oncology, neurosurgery, neuropathology, and radiography. Secondly, what are the plans for setting up laboratories and trial facilities at major centres, and when are they expected to be up and running? I'm going to finish on tumour tissue. So we've got a real mess in terms of tumour tissue, and I really am looking for the Minister for help in sorting this out, because it's a real thicket of legal and medical complexity. This tumour tissue really matters, because when that tumour tissue is excised from a brain, how is it stored? What are the consents used? And what control does the patient have over that tumour tissue? And that's when the patient is alive, but also after death, in terms of what are the rules around that tumour tissue. Because we have got a whole load of tumour tissues around the UK which are locked down and not accessible for research. And I think many of those families would be absolutely delighted if that tumour tissue was used for research. So having a look, and what I'm really asking here is whether the Secretary of State or the Minister would convene a series of meetings with all key parties present, the Human Tissue Authority, the MHRA, the NHS, and anybody else you think needs to be in that room to work through that.